Okay, we're back. We're back with some transfer news, right? I said we were not going to make a video about any upcoming transfers until they've come in. Well, the very first signing of the year has arrived. Bit of lacklustre as far as fanfare goes because we've known this one's coming. It's obviously Lyle Cameron. It was a pre-contract agreement from a few months ago. We knew it was happening, but the day's finally here. He's been unveiled, obviously. He's had the scarf, he's had the interview, he's got the kit on. So let's just talk about him for a couple of minutes. So, interesting signing. Obviously, this manager isn't the manager that signed him, but decent young player, isn't he? I mean, 22 years old. Got to see him, I think I watched him maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times last year. Very good distribution of the ball. His vision, very, very good from the midfield. From the outside of the midfield, he's very keen for putting in diagonal balls across the park, which caused a lot of defenders a bit of problems in the league last year. Through the middle with the ball on the ground, he's very, very good at distributing the ball. Always on the front foot, always coming forward. He's an exciting player when the ball's moving through the attack. He's also, the thing I like about him whenever I watched him, you see a lot of times in the game today, the modern game with players, if they're in the midfield distributing the ball either out wide or up to the forwards, they'll pass the ball and then just sort of die in the play. Cameron, whenever you notice him, he's passing that ball and he's moving, right? He's looking for a 1-2 so he can distribute it again, or he's trying to keep himself in the attack, which is fantastic. I mean, I hate to see that in the modern game where you've got players who are moving through the midfield with the ball. They either kick it out wide or they're passing it up and then they just die in the attack. He always keeps himself an option in the attack after he's passed the ball, which is very promising, and it's a quality that we like and that we need. Again, really, really attack minded, the young player is. He's young, 22-year-old, he's not a finished product yet. Obviously, I think a lot of our fan base has problems with a lot of the guys in our squad at the minute because they're no finished players. Yefte comes to mind, Igamane comes to mind, Raskin up until last year comes to mind. Connor Barron is another one that obviously amazing promise, but because he's not a finished product, he gets a wee bit of heat from the supporters. So Cameron's sort of in that same boat where he's not fully cooked yet. So that's something that we'll have to watch. We'll have to see how he adapts to a big team. Obviously, you think being able to pass the ball to better players, to be in a better squad overall, he might be just a better player. But how does he handle the pressure? How does he handle, wearing the Rangers jersey and playing at Ibrox and having the expectation on him? How does he handle that? We'll have to see. He's obviously, from the interview we saw, he's in good spirits, but they all are when they're sitting there with the strip on and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just have to see. He needs to get better defensively as well. If he's playing at a club like Rangers, especially, if he's going to be playing in Europe and this kind of stuff and playing for trophies, you have to be able to play both ways. It's really hard, especially for somebody in the centre of midfield, to only be attack minded and defensively minded for that matter. But being an attacking midfielder, he's going to have to get better defensively. And look, I think he played 33 games last year for Dundee, something like that, 33, 38. He's probably not going to get to play that much at Rangers this year. So he's going to have to be one of those players that is always ready, able to take advantage of opportunities whenever he gets them, because he's not going to play 33 to 38 games. I just don't see it. But I'd hate to see him sort of frozen out as well and no getting a game. I think going forward he's really, really solid. But it's going to be a hard midfield, difficult midfield to break into, right? I mean, even just with Dio and we're asking, again, we mentioned Connor Barron, it's going to be hard to break in there, but I think he definitely adds something to the club. I think it's a good signing. Obviously, he comes on a free. There's some money to be paid to Dundee, I think, with that. And at the minute, he's just a promising young player who did very well in the league last year, right? I watched a lot of him highlight wise as well, even going back to when we first signed him, because I'd only seen him in 4 or 5 actual games. A lot of what he produces on the park sort of got squandered at Dundee. Again, he's making some great passes, he's putting the ball into some great areas, and it's just not really being finished at a high enough level. Those assist numbers could definitely come up. I mean, if he was to play 33 games at Rangers next year, you'd see those assist numbers go way up, definitely. But that's the first one in. I mean, we knew it's coming again. Like I said, it's sort of, there's no fireworks with this one, just because we knew it was on the way. We knew it was happening. But let's see. It's another body in there to push the competition for places. The manager will obviously look. He's a Scottish player. Can't beat that. He knows the league. How many times have I complained about certain signings where they come in and they're just they cannot adjust to the Scottish game. Robin Proper being one of late, that I think he's really talented. I think he's a solid defender. He did really, really well in Holland. But when he came here to the Scottish League and just struggled to adjust to the style of play. And maybe, again, his attributes just don't fit the Scottish game. But Cameron does, and we've seen him, and he's proven in the league, even though he's just 22 years old. So, good couple of last years at Dundee. Let's see what he can do for us, and that's it. That's the transfer market back open. That's the first player in, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, you can poo-poo me in the comments, wee bit of clickbait, saying that we've signed somebody, but it's true. Facts don't care about your feelings. So I'm excited for him. He's obviously keen to play for Rangers, which is what we want and what we need as well. He ticks all the boxes for me, and an exciting one to watch. So hopefully many more like him and better coming through the doors in the next few weeks, month or so. But let's see. Number one out of the way, Lyle Cameron from Dundee, and in the next couple of weeks when the boys get back out there kicking balls around, I'm excited to get a look at him, especially in the pre-season. He's somebody that I will be watching, and we'll just have to see what the manager thinks of him and where he fits. Let me know what you think about him. Again, I'm always one for saying that we should be signing Scottish players and players in the league. I know we've got European games and competitions to think about, but I think it starts in the league, and I think we should be hoovering up all the good talent, especially the good young talent that's in the Scottish League, and Cameron is definitely one of those. So I'm very happy that he signed with us and didn't go anywhere else. So that's it. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.